What's up, everybody? So we are trying something new. We're going to be continuing trying different things, and I'm right now. I'm kind of not getting away from Friday Night Live, but we're retweaking it, and you'll see as we get to episode 100 of the podcast, we are going to be going live on YouTube and Facebook Live on Tuesday. So but I figure I'm retweaking the Friday Night Live to maybe Fridays with friends, and we'll have an interview. We'll talk about news or something. So for the first episode or the retweaked episode, we have a really good friend and amazing artist, Madison Thames. You can check her out on Madison Thames Art. Does some really cool Marvel, Star Wars, DC, video games, really cool. So we have a fun discussion, and she tells us about what got her inspired and started in her art, and along with working the conventions that are starting to open up now. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview with our good friend Madison.
So, all right. So, hi, Madison. How you doing? Welcome back to the Disney universe. How you been?
Hello, I'm good. I'm happy to be back.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you're back. I was kind of mentioning in my little intro that we've had you a few times when we're testing out this video streaming, and we were talking about the a couple times of the Gino Carano firing and all that stuff, and
Yeah,
kind of deep discussions, but I thought necessary discussions. And glad she's doing good, filming her movie now.
living
And
her best life. Yeah.
exactly. And you're kind of we've gotten pictures of her, horseback riding. You kind of got that little horseback cowboy look yourself. So very,
I do,
very cool.
yeah.
But I've been wanting to have you back on because you're a very, very talented artist, and I really
Thank you.
like a lot of your stuff. And the only reason I haven't bought anything yet is because I can't decide, and there's that much. So I just want to kind of focus on that and some of your other things you've been having going on. But first of all, can you just tell us like how long you've been an artist, or what really got you into wanting to make your own art?
Wow, I've been drawing my whole life. So like since I was probably like 4, I just have been obsessed with drawing. I was always drawing kind of like all the geeky stuff I was into. Like I would have, for example, I'd have like player's guides for the Legend of Zelda games, and I'd be like
Mm-hmm.
drawing stuff out of that. I'd be drawing like the animated movies I was watching, all that stuff. And obviously I had like some education in like elementary school, but I really was like self-taught for the most part. And I didn't really have any like when I got into college and the art program, like I was the only one who had never done oil painting. I
Mm-hmm.
felt very like, oh, everyone's so much more educated than me because I'd kind of just always done my own thing. But yeah, I've just always been obsessed with art and drawing. And I got into painting kind of later. And now I'm doing digital stuff in Photoshop. So just, yeah, lifelong passion for sure.
Yeah, that is really cool. I actually had the little art bug around the same time like you did too, and I was doing the same thing. I was getting either Star Wars or like Disney magazines or even comics and just drawing eye to paper, but I never got as far as you did, obviously, with that. So, no. So, how long have you been kind of, I guess, selling your art or kind of getting out into the art world?
It was kind of towards the end of college, I think, when I really started doing commissions for people. Because up until that point, I was so busy with just doing classes and everything. We had like some exhibitions we would do later on in college. But yeah, it was mainly kind of towards the end of college and after that I actually started doing it for a living. So I guess for about 4 years now, almost 4 years or so.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to kind of share some of yours. Obviously, some of my favorites are your Star Wars and Marvel. So, like, I think I saw the first thing I did see was your Gina Carano, Cara Carano one, and
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. Then I started following you. I'm like, oh my god, these are amazing. Like, I love this Ahsoka in Rex. I mean, is this oil or digital or kind of both?
So that is digital. Yeah, that one took me a long time. That was a labor of love.
Yeah, this is amazing. And for those who do not know, this is, I'm guessing, from the Clone Wars series finale
Yes.
episode.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, in case you haven't caught up yet. And this is
You
what,
should if you haven't.
yeah, exactly. And this is Red Dead Redemption. I always kind of get tongue test. See, I'm already doing it right now, but
It's a tongue twister, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, big Red Dead Redemption fan. I actually had never played the first one. I played the second one when it came out almost 3 years ago. The 3-year anniversary is coming up in like 3 days.
Crazy.
But yeah, I know, I can't believe it. But yeah, I played the second one and was absolutely obsessed with it. Still am. And then I went back and played the first one. Yeah. That's by far my favorite video game, and I've done a lot of art for it.
Yeah, this is all. I mean, this looks like something that the actual company, was it Rockstar that does it, would use. So
Yeah, thanks.
This is awesome. Of course. So when you posted this one of Wanda, I thought this was a photograph. Like seriously, I'm like, no.
I have always leaned toward realism and naturalism. I don't like going too photorealistic. Like some people are like way better than me, and they literally sometimes I can't tell if it's a photo or not. And when I can't tell, I'm like, whoa. But yeah, I've always leaned more that direction than the abstract direction. But I'm trying to work more on some more painterly stuff too.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, the more you look at it, you can tell it's digital. But I seriously thought this was just a set photo. So super cool, and love the show. I love WandaVision was so awesome.
Yeah, WandaVision's my favorite Marvel Disney Plus series so far.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it real soon. But I really enjoyed your recaps or your reactions to those, and
Thanks.
But this is awesome. This reminds me of the Mortis arc a little bit, but with Kylo and Rey.
Yes.
So is that what inspired, or you just?
That was definitely the inspiration behind it. Yeah, I loved those like art murals that we saw in Rebels of the Mortis stuff, and I was like, oh, but what if it was Rey and Ben?
Yeah, very cool. And all these are, you have them in your store, or?
Not that one, because
okay.
I had to sign away all the rights to that one to Disney when I entered the Star Wars Fan Awards competition.
Sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
This looks like something, maybe if that's one of your goals, but I know every time they do Celebration that they always do the art, for exclusive art.
Yeah.
Is that a goal for this May, or are you already working on something like that?
Oh, not this year, but someday. Someday I'd love to do the Celebration art show. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I bet. So very cool. Yeah, you got a bunch. I'll show some more here in a few. But what are some of your favorite pieces that you've done? I'll since this is a Disney podcast, I'll ask Marvel, Disney, or Star Wars.
I mean, I really love the one with Rex and Ahsoka, the Under Fire one.
Yeah.
Because that's such a great scene to me. That's one of my favorite scenes, probably in all of Star Wars, because I love those two characters, and I just loved seeing them fight to survive together.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a perfect conclusion to the show. So, yeah, that was special to me.
Very cool. And I know you're a big Marvel. Any favorite Marvel pieces?
Ooh. I have one of Doctor Strange that I really like. He's kind of like in a meditation pose, and he's got some like lines and architectural looking stuff around him and a starry background. I really like that one. It feels mystical.
Yeah, that definitely fits in with the strange.
Yes.
So, and so recently, you were able to be a guest at, I guess, your first con and
second con.
Second con, okay, but
yeah.
First con since COVID, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
So, tell us about that. How'd that go?
Oh, that was a lot of fun. It was really nice just being around a bunch of con goers again, because I've been going to cons like as an attendee since 2015. I got broken in at San Diego Comic-Con, which is the biggest con. Yeah. So I was like, whoa, where do I look? All that stuff. But
everything's downhill from there.
Yeah. And then you're like, I have to go to more, right?
Yeah.
So I've been like going as an attendee since then. I went to my first con and at the end of 2019, I think it was October. And then COVID happened. So I took a whole year off. And yeah, this was my first one back, Alabama Comic-Con. It was a lot of fun just being around all those people again and getting to talk to them about geeky stuff,
Yeah.
Selling art. It was just a great time.
Especially, all the geekness that happened during COVID between the Marvel shows alone on Disney Plus, and of course like Mandalorian and all that stuff. So I'm guessing like this is the first time a lot of those artists are actually like, look, we are real,
Yeah.
So
New stuff. New
exactly.
stuff from all this great content that's been coming out.
And I mean, is this something you plan on or hoping to do,
Yeah.
more consistent or?
Yeah. I have another one I might get booked in February, but currently my next one is in April.
Uh-huh.
It's the Huntsville. Ooh, I'm going to have to pull up the name of it, but it's in Huntsville, Alabama.
Uh-huh.
So I will be there April 22nd through the 24th. Let's see, Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. There it is. Got a long name, but I'm really looking forward to that. And hopefully booking several more in this coming year. So.
Oh, nice. Well, I should have contacted him before, but we've had on the show, Michael. He runs the ICCC Con in Nashville. It's a sci-fi and toy convention, and they were the first convention that really, last year before COVID or the year before COVID, he's like, we're still doing it next year. And, COVID hit and they still did it. They actually did it. So, and they were like the first real big convention. And so maybe I'll throw out little feelers for them. So
there was one in Nashville that I was like, I want to go to that one. And it might be that one. I'm not sure because I think there's like a couple of different ones in Nashville, but it might be that one. I was like, I want to go to Nashville. I love that town. So.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go. So maybe I'll run into you there. Hopefully make it there. But I think it's the last weekend of April in 2020. Okay. It runs into like the last day of April to the first day of May or something.
Okay.
But,
cool.
Well, I'll reach out.
Yeah.
we'll get you there. So. And
awesome.
Yeah, real quick. This was I think the first piece I saw of yours was this Gina one, and then this was my watch photo for a long time, and your art makes really good phone wallpapers too. Just letting you know. But I love this one and the one with the ferret. Yeah. The one of her and Mando together. God, these are so good. Yeah, there's a ferret one.
Always love doing Mandalorian art.
Yeah. So it's it's Star Wars, it's sci-fi, yet it's still Western. I mean, I know you got a lot of cool Westerns. I know I saw it just as I was pulling up here. Oh, here it is. Yes.
Yeah, that one was fun. Thanks.
Very
I love playing with black and white stuff and like throwing in like a really strong red or something. It's always fun.
Oh yeah, it blends good. I mean, I know Ryan Johnson did that a lot with the Last Jedi promo stuff, and it people can say what they want about the movie. I still like it. I don't care. But the promo art was beautiful for the Last Jedi, and it was a lot of this colors that you've been using too. So
it was a great aesthetic. I loved those posters.
Yeah, very, very cool. So, also we kind of mentioned a little thing about WandaVision and your recaps, and which I really enjoyed. And you were just getting into reacting to movies you've never seen before, which was a very fun watch for somebody in his early 40s. I'm like, how can you not have seen Gladiator or Brave, these like movies? But it happens to each his own. But what? So I know we're building our YouTube, and I shouldn't say this, but YouTube's been kind of jerkish. And what happened? I know you mentioned it before, but what happened?
It's a really complicated situation, but I'll try to make it short. So yeah, my videos were really taking off. I was starting to get thousands of views per video, and thousands of subscribers were coming in, and I was like, whoa, this is taking off. This is becoming a great thing. And so I would always get through the YouTube algorithm, like no problem. If there was an issue on a video, I'd like trim out a little segment and it would be totally fine. I never got any copyright strikes from YouTube or like warnings or anything like that. I never got in trouble. So then at some point, I can't remember which movie it happened on first, but this like company came along that was copyright claiming all of my videos. And I was like, you don't own this movie. Like they were claiming totally different films that I was like, they did not make this movie. And it was like fraudulent copyright claims. So I went to YouTube about it and I was like, this company doesn't own these movies, but they're like claiming it. So then they're making money off of my videos.
Yeah.
So this company would just come in and claim everything and then steal all the revenue that I should have been getting. So that I couldn't let that continue, or,
Yeah.
I have to make revenue off my videos or I don't have time to make them, So I went to YouTube about it and they basically said, we can't do anything about it. We're like totally hands off with this kind of thing. So I was like, all right. And I was like, maybe they'll go away. And they didn't go away. And then out of nowhere, one evening, YouTube emailed me and said, your channel has been demonetized. And I was like, my whole channel?
Wow.
So like, I couldn't even monetize videos anymore at that point. I was like, that was really like jerkish of them to do that out of nowhere when I had never had a copyright strike. I had never gotten in trouble with YouTube, and they like never worked with me or any of that. It's just like, boom, your channel's demonetized. And I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm leaving YouTube then, because, I can't do these for free.
Yeah.
And it was just getting to be such a pain with like every video getting claimed by this Lasso group. I'll say their name. Lasso group was claiming every video, and I was just like, not worth it.
Yeah.
So I went over to Rumble. I might be joining more platforms in the future, but I've gone over to Rumble, monetized there, and they were really great about working with me like on a personal level. And they have a great system where it's like anyone can just come in and claim your video. Like you have to fill out this paper and send it to them and everything. I think it's a DMCA. You have to actually fill out the form and send it to Rumble and all that and be like, I actually own this, Yeah. So it's set up much better than YouTube in terms of protecting creators. YouTube is just like, whatever, we don't care. So,
well, that sucks because, like I said, I mean, you built that after you ended your podcast, but transitioning to your YouTube videos, and they, like I said, they're really enjoyable. You could tell they were legit reactions, not fake. Like, oh, I'm going to watch this. All right, I'm going to act out my reaction. I mean, some of that is obvious, but yours were, legit reactions, and they were really entertaining. So that's why I was kind of really bummed and stuff. But I'm glad you're at least moved over. So, and I hope that doesn't ruin our YouTube chances.
Yeah, it's been a bumpy ride, man. Going from what happened with the podcast and then the YouTube channel, it's like, oh my gosh, the drama.
Well, that just shows how much of a fighter you are. So, and
thanks.
I think it's like, no, that's awesome. So.
Cool. I should mention, apart from my Rumble, they can find me on Rumble. It's still doing talking. But if anyone wants to check out my Patreon, I have that too. It's patreon.com/doingtalkingreactions.
Very cool. And I'll definitely put that in our show notes at the bottom here. So,
yeah.
Well, very cool. So, before I let you go, you have any new projects you're kind of working on art wise, anything, or any kind of like ones you've been wanting to tackle for a while, but just haven't got to?
Yeah, I'm working on a lot of new prints for cons coming up. So I've got a lot of ideas because I've got so much Marvel and Star Wars stuff right now. I was like, I want to branch out and do some new DC stuff. Mm-hmm. So I would love to do like, another Wonder Woman, because I just did a Wonder Woman drawing recently, but I want to do a print. I want to do like Batman and the Joker and all that kind of stuff. And I actually want to go back and do some Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, because I haven't drawn that stuff in a very long time. Yeah. I was like, I want to do some prints and like some drawings and paintings of that stuff, because I love both of those series a lot. So,
very cool. No, looking forward to that, especially the DC stuff. I'm a big fan of of course, with the all the Disney stuff, Marvel and stuff, but I'm a big fan of the DC movies, and I love the Snyderverse too. So I know that's a little. That's up for debate on some people, but I like it, so that's all I care about.
DC's hit or miss for me. I love the Dark Knight trilogy, and I loved Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see the new Batman movie too. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, the trailer they showed at Fandom looked really cool. So was it March already? Man, that's right around the corner.
Yeah,
just in time for the ICC con. So
yeah.
Well, cool. So, no, like I said, I wanted to thank you for taking your time. I know, we're trying to, my work schedule got jacked up last week in work, but that's how it is. That's how
things happen.
Got to pay the bills. But, before I let you go, do you just want to remind, our viewers and listeners, where they can find you and maybe, purchase some of your art?
Yeah, so my website is MadisonThames.com. It's THAMES. People always get confused about my last name. They always think it's Thomas, Like, no, it's like
Yeah.
James with a TH at the beginning. But yeah, that's my website. And I'm also on Instagram at MadisonThames.art. I'm on Twitter. I think it's Madison_Thames. I'm on Facebook. I'm in lots of different places. But yeah, mainly for like buying my art, MadisonThames.com. And then I have an Etsy, which is Madison Thames Art. So you can find my stuff there.
Very cool. And maybe we might do I might purchase something that I think is really cool and might do a giveaway for our listeners. So
yeah,
I'll do that real soon. So, well, once again, thanks for coming on. Good luck at some of these future cons. They're opening up now like crazy.
Yes.
So, and you always have an open door anytime you want to come back and geek out on some stuff. So
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
absolutely.